Hello, my dear students. This is Dr. A.K. Tyagi, and today, under Labor Law second paper, we'll discuss the Factories Act 1948, Chapter 7th. We'll discuss, and under that chapter, we'll discuss employment of young persons in the factories, and this is video lecture number 26. When we talk about the employment of young persons, then there is a provision given under section 67 regarding provision of employment of young children. So this section 67 provides that no child who has not completed his 14 years shall be required or allowed to work in any factory. And section 68 talks about the non-adult workers to carry tokens, and section 68 lays down that a child who has completed his 14 years or an adolescent shall not be required or allowed to work in any factory unless he or she is having a certificate of fitness granted with reference to him under section 69, is in the custody of the manager of the factory, and such child or adolescent carries, while he is at work, a token giving a reference to such certificate. So a certificate would be issued to the person or to the child, and that child or adolescent person will carry a token and which will be referring to such certificate. Section 69 talks about the certificate of fitness, and according to this section 69, a certifying surgeon shall, on the application of that young person or the parents or the guardians, right, and accompanied by a document which would be signed by the manager of the factory, that such person will be employed therein if certified to be fit for work in the factory. And subsection 2 of this section 69 lays down that the certifying surgeon, after examining, may grant to such young person in the prescribed form or may renew a certificate of fitness to work in the factory as child if he is satisfied that the young person has completed his 14 years, right, and he has attained the prescribed physical standards and he is fit for such work. This is clause A of section 69 subsection 2. And then clause B of section 69 subsection 2 states that a certificate of fitness to work in a factory as an adult, if he is satisfied that the young person has completed his 15 years and is fit for a full day work in factory. And there is a provision under subsection 3 of section 69, and this section lays down that a certificate of fitness granted or renewed under subsection 2 shall be valid only for a period of 12 months. So that would be valid for only a period of 12 months from the date thereof, and that may be made subject to the conditions in regard to the nature of the work in which the young person may be employed or requiring re-examination of that young person before the expiry of the period of 12 months. So these are the provisions. There are certain other subsections also you can go through with the help of Beer Act. Now we talk about the section 70, which talks about the effect of certificate of fitness granted to adolescents. So section 70 subsection 1 lays down that an adolescent who has been granted a certificate of fitness, who is working in the factory as an adult under clause B of subsection 2 of section 69, that where we have already studied that a certificate of fitness to work in a factory as an adult, if he is satisfied that the young person has completed his 15 year and is fit for a full day work in a factory. So this section, section 70, subsection 1 lays down that an adolescent who has been granted a certificate of fitness at work in a factory as an adult under clause B of subsection 2, what I have referred right now, under section 69, and who while they work in a factory carries a token giving reference to the certificate shall be deemed to be an adult for all the purposes of this chapter. Chapters 6 to chapter 8. And according to section 71A, no female adolescent or a male adolescent who has not attained the age of 17 years but granted a certificate of fitness to work in a factory as an adult shall be required or allowed to work in such factory except between 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. So this is again a check on the working of the female adolescent, right? And according to section 70 subsection 2, if we talk, then adolescent who has not been granted a certificate of fitness to work in the factory as an adult under the aforesaid clause B, what we have referred right now, earlier we have mentioned, shall notwithstanding his age be deemed to be a child for the purpose of this act. And when we talk about section 71, working hours for children, then section 71 subsection 1 prohibits a child from being employed or permitted to work in factory. There are clause A and clause B that section 71 prohibits a child from being employed or permitted to work in a factory. Clause A for more than 4.5 hours in one day, and B during the nights. And there is an explanation also that for the purpose of this subsection, night shall mean a period of at least 12 consecutive hours, which shall include the interval between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. And subsection 2 of section 71 also lays down that the period of work of all children, those who are employed in the factory, shall be limited to 2 shifts which shall not overlap or spread over more than 5 hours. And section 71 subsection 3 provides that the provisions of section 52 shall also apply to the child workers, and no exemption from the provisions of that section shall be granted in respect of any child. And you can recall that section 52, what we are referring here, that section 71 subsection 3 provides that the provisions of section 52 shall apply also to child workers. And we have seen in chapter 6, while we were discussing the working hours of adults, weekly holidays. So no exemption from the provisions of that section may be granted in respect of any child. And subsection 4 of section 71 shall be required or allowed to work in any factory, that no child under section 71 subsection 4 shall be required or allowed to work in any factory or on any day on which he has already been working in another factory. And then subsection 5, that no female child shall be required or allowed to work in any factory except when it to 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So these are the important sections given, and then there is one important section 72 which talks about the notice of periods of work for children under subsection 1, and this subsection provides that there shall be a displayed or correctly maintained in every factory in which children are employed in accordance with the provisions of subsection 2 of this section 108, a notice of period of work for children showing clearly for every day the periods during which the children may be required or allowed to work. And according to section 72 subsection 2, the period shown in the notice required by subsection 1 shall be fixed beforehand in accordance with the method laid down for adult workers. In section 61, we have already discussed, and shall be such that children working for those periods would not be working in contravention of any of the provisions of section 71. So these are the important provisions, my dear students, and now we refer to the section 73, which talks about the register of child workers. And in these registers what we need to maintain as an employer. And section 73 subsection 1, the manager of every factory in which children are employed shall maintain a register of child workers, which is to be available to the inspectors during working hours or when any work is being carried on in the factory. And these register will be showing the there are different clauses under section 73. These will be showing the name of each child worker in the factory, the nature of his work, clause B, clause C, the group, if any, in which he is included, then where his group work on shifts, the relay to which he is allowed, and the number of his certificate of fitness granted under section 69. And there is a subsection 2 also under section 73, which authorizes the state government to prescribe the norms of the register of child workers and the manner in which it shall be maintained and the periods for which it shall be preserved. So this is section 73. And now we talk about the section 74. Section 74 talks about the hours of work to correspond with the notice under section 72 and register under section 73. And then under this section 74, child shall not be employed in any factory otherwise than in accordance with the notice of periods of work for children displayed in the factory and entries made beforehand against his name in the register of child workers of the factory. Section 75, power to require medical examination under section 75, and inspector may serve on the manager of the factory a notice requiring that such person or such young person, as the case may be, shall be examined by a certifying surgeon. So this notice may be served to the manager of the factory, and such person or young person shall not, if the inspector so directs, be employed or permitted to work in a factory until he has been so examined or granted a certificate of fitness or a fresh certificate of fitness. And the inspector may serve the notice if he is of the opinion that any person working in a factory without certificate of fitness is a young person, that any young person working in a factory with a certificate of fitness is no longer fit to work in the capacity stated therein. So under section 69 that has been certified by the certifying surgeon examining him not to be a young person. Then without certificate of fitness, if a young person is working or any young person working in a factory with a certificate of fitness is no longer fit to work in the capacity, right? So that has to be checked by the inspector, is having the powers, and that would be checked by the inspector. We call that the power to require medical examination. And under section 76, this section empowers the state government to make the rules prescribing the forms of the certificate of fitness to be granted under section 69, prescribing the physical standards to be attained by the children and adolescents working in the factories, and relating to the procedure of certifying surgeons under this chapter, and specifying other duties which a certifying surgeon may be required to perform in connection with the employment of young persons in the factories, and fixing the fees which may be charged for such duties and the persons by whom they shall be paid. So this is the section 76, which empowers the state government to make rules on these points. And section 70 to 77 Section 77 talks about this certain other provisions of law, not barred, right? So this is all about the provisions related to the employment of young persons, my dear students. You just go through these PPTs, this deliberation. I believe this will help you, right? Because see, these are the very specific and means provisions we are referring given under the in the PAIR Act, right? So you please go through and try to do some revision also will help you. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a nice time.